Taiwan's military will widen runways at 7 air bases to improve their resilience against attack. The Defense Ministry and U.S. advisors decided to expand runways to 60 meters across after last year's Hangguan military exercises, Taiwan's largest defense drills. These widened runways can be repaired faster and would be big enough for U.S. bombers and large transport aircraft to land on. To learn more about the importance of runways to Taiwan's defense, our reporter Jaime Ocon spoke to Kitsch Liao from the Global China Hub at the Atlantic Council, based out of Washington, D.C.
How important are runways when it comes to Taiwan's overall defense strategy?
Well, this is Taiwan's first line of defense, right? Runway, we're talking about, mostly we're talking about runway acting as a way for fighter jets to take off. And Taiwan's fighter jets, the primary mission is air defense. But of course, people are going to asking what about missiles? So it's very important to understand seizing initiative is equally as important. And also, this is one of the few methods that Taiwan could actually actively seize the initiative. We're not just waiting passively for the enemy to strike, right? What am I talking about here? I'm talking about anti-shipping missions, strikes against amphibious groups, rapid responses to high-value ground targets. For example, if the enemy were to land and try to seize ports, and none of your artillery could be coordinated in time, an airstrike would be your fastest way to actually get there, right? That's the advantage of air power. It's fast. It's almost instantaneous, but it's also very expensive.
And when we look at kind of the way that Taiwan's military is going, last year in Taiwan's largest military drills, the Hangguang exercises in late July, we did see this kind of emphasis on protecting key infrastructure and rapid repair of these infrastructures. How important is that in the sense of being able to stay in a potential fight?
So one of the things I want to focus, especially if we're talking about runway here, is that there's a lot of rhetoric out there about destruction of runways. Runways are not that easy to completely destroy. You can take them out of commission, you can booby trap them, you can even dig a huge hole in the middle of it. But it ain't gonna take that long to actually repair them, right? In past war experiences, the longest anybody ever take was 10 hours. And basically, according to the reports we received, they're actually shortening that prospective time frame to about 1 to 2.5 hours. Now, this is, of course, during peacetime exercise. In wartime, you might not have sufficient manpower. You might have other disruptions, but this is not permanent. And it's very important to focus on that because Taiwan does have sufficient, bunkers to actually shelters to protect all its airplanes, to protect all the high value irreplaceable assets.